Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to go back right here. You Q and solo? This should bounce high. No, it bounces out. I was expecting it to bounce high. I expected that read too. You hit forward. Don't quite get the best touch here. We really want to be getting this ball by this guy, either making it, like a chip touch up or playing it to the left. Were you expecting like this bounce to be higher?
Yeah, I think I just pushed it a little too quickly and didn't get the bounce on it.
That seems correct. That's kind of what I was looking for. In threes, we need to make sure we get the ball over at least one, ideally multiple. Okay, so I think this is instructive. So we're moving around the field here, and let's take in information. Your decisions in Rocket League should always be based on the information on your screen. And anybody who tells you otherwise I don't know how else you would make decisions. Some coaches are like, you should just be aggressive, which is like the dumbest advice I've ever heard, because no, you should look at the information on your screen. So let's pause here, and we're going to break down, where are my teammates? I'm going to ask you a question. Where are both of your orange team here?
On the right side of the field, one looks to be like just on our side of the half line. The other one looks like they're maybe like a third of the way into the other team's side.
Yeah. So you got one guy driving back here and another guy that's kind of high on the sidewall. He might be going forward, might be going back. I'm not particularly sure. All I do know here is that as we see this play progressing, clearly you are the closest, in the best position, and with the most boost to go for the ball.
Yeah.
I think all these things are true. But what we do here is we hit the brakes. Kind of just let them go this way. And it ends up working fine because they don't do anything. But this is quite awkward movement. And I don't think we should be conceding the ball for free. Certainly not. Your teammate's getting backed up. This guy kind of cuts in front. I think you need to be the one driving forward and playing that. But right here, you need to be jumping down, wave dashing, chasing after the ball. If he's not going, if he's just staring into the sky and not jumping, you should be taking the ball from him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You should be taking the ball from Cobra here, who's just staring in the sky. This is what Cobra's POV looks like. So you just be taking the ball from him. Like fast aerialing, hitting it forward, trying to get multiple touches. Braking doesn't make sense to me here. I'm curious, what's going through your head, though?
I think I saw him kind of there, and I think I've kind of defaulted to knowing that like people at my rank usually don't even get that hit, let alone hit it into a dangerous place. So I can just kind of wait and see what he does rather than push, which is probably a bad habit to get into, really.
Yeah, you're right that you could just let him flop around, and that's a fine strategy for ones. But in threes, I think it's very dangerous because you just what you do is you let the game happen in your corner and on your side of the field, which you don't want to do. You want the ball to be. You want to be moving the play forward. You want to be controlling the ball. I think you actually have the ball there if you chase.
Yeah.
Here we go for a dribble and a flick, which is fine, but none of this particularly signals like 3v3 gameplay to me. Like in this position, I'm going to just ask you to take in information. Who on blue side is challenging you right now?
Nobody really. I mean, Cobra could
after he goes back, right?
But he's turned around, right?
Totally. I agree. And so in this position, I'm thinking, what's the most threatening thing I can create if given space?
Try to hit it up the sidewall and take it off the wall, like air dribble or flip reset or whatever.
Absolutely. But here we're making a decision on how to rotate without looking at the play. So this is wrong sequencing. So we'll talk about another decision-making principle, which is, and I think this all stems from like a core concept a lot of folks don't understand even at the high ranks, which is every decision you make in Rocket League is based on the play. And the play is a combination of the ball, teammates, opponents, right? And boost combinations and all the other little, and there are a bunch of other little factors, momentum, etc., positioning that go into like what the play is. But the key insight is your decision should be based on after you look at the play and determine what's needed from you. So if I were you here, I'd be checking the play and going, how quickly am I needed? But instead you go, I check the play, I want to go get boost. And you just go get boost until you get the boost and then turn back on ball cam and are like, oh, looks like I should have probably been doing something there, right? Your teammate's getting clipped on. And there's like a camp of like, okay, if you're so late to the play, then just let them go for the attack. But in this position, I'm not convinced that your movement, like I'm not convinced that you had no other option but to turn off ball cam here and go for your corner boost.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wall. He gets a beat over. It's okay. Looks like teammate's going to clear the corner. Nice. He'll go back. Okay. So we're going to talk about another concept that's really important for Diamond level 3v3. Okay. And this is called leaving the midfield. Players do this very commonly. And so I'm just going to call you out because it's an example. But I probably coach on this once every Diamond replay. And the mistake here is you're rotating back. You're rotating back here, and there is your teammate hitting the ball out this way, and some blue players are about to enter, right? And so in this position, if I'm going to ask you a question, are you being scored on right now?
No.
No. But what we do as Diamond players is we just go, it doesn't matter, they're not getting scored on right now. I'm going back post. This is what I always do. I always go this way, right? So then what happens is the ball comes to the midfield and nobody's guarding the midfield. Well, in my opinion, if I was playing this game, when I was rotating here, I would have been rotating into this position, covering here. And when I saw that ball drop down, I would have taken it. Or if I saw them come in with a challenge, you cut off the midfield. It's the job of the person rotating back to guard the midfield. Does that make sense?
Yeah, this is something that I had a session with Torment yesterday, and he said the same thing like 3 or 4 times in another game.
Really? Fantastic. So you could just explain it to me next time. I will. Well, for the YouTube people watching, there's something. You should have cut me off. I feel bad now for just telling you.
No. Hearing it again is never a bad thing.
Yeah. I guess sometimes we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. But
yes.
Yes, this is a prime candidate of like high rank players know, and the reason Torment's telling you this is because it's not some like secret that I've discovered. It's like high rank players know that the third man's job while rotating back is to guard the midfield. So you have to do that. So we're going backboard here. So your movement is just, and I'm conscious of why it is timid. You're in a Diamond lobby, and like there's a 50% chance on any given touch that your teammate's just going to full whiff, which we see here. But your positioning is just a little bit too passive, in my opinion. Like hugging the back wall here, like we're always going to be scored on at any moment, in my opinion, is not productive. We could be positioned at this, we could position 5 car lengths ahead at like this pad, right? Or somewhere in between these 2 pads. I'm trying to draw it out. It's a little challenging. Still support our teammate. And then when he goes for the shot, you can start shadowing him, right? And still be there in time for the save. But by playing the backboard at all times, you're basically giving yourself no opportunity to get the ball out of your side, right? Or if your teammate takes a 50, you're not supporting him. Or if the ball goes to the midfield, they're there before you're there. It's no coincidence that this entire game has been on defense for Orange Team. And the reason that is because we're like, and I can tell just, I'm speaking on a whole shot here, but like when I watch your gameplay, on a whole shot, you go back post, backboard, and sit in net more times than it is warranted. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Good chow. I love that you pushed up in this position. This is correct. You see a teammate, and I'm not sure if you're clocking this, but there's a teammate behind you. There's a teammate in front of you. So you kind of let him cut for half a sec, let him make his play, and then when he finishes making his play, you're up next and you correctly go. And even if you're beat here, I like this play because it keeps your rotation moving and allows, the next person in line to, it's very simple gameplay that works well at the Diamond level. You really don't want to back your team, like, a sort of clog the toilet that is your Diamond 3v3 rotation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes! No! So close. Yeah. There we go. Good boom. Go back left. Get the boost grab. Let's move up here. Nice. We might be able to cut off this play. This is a little optimistic. I would probably turn up the back wall and then shadow here. If you want to ego chow, you got to ego chow a little faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can either ego chow or go back. I would recommend turning back. I would not ego chow this, but if you want to, you can. Maybe it works at diamond to just ego chow because they don't make decisions based on defender, so they just make decisions based on the ball. But like at my rank, if you ego chow that, they will do exactly what happened there. But you're okay. Ball's gonna come here. So this is correct, but then I would turn out to the midfield. So how would my movement change? So you're adequately guarding the midfield here, which is good. The minute I see him whiff, I'm now taking in information, and I'm going, there's nobody to the right side of the ball on blue team right now, right? I'm seeing this guy just went for the ball and he whiffed, right? Or, yeah, he whiffed. He did whiff. Okay, I saw that right. Yeah. So I'm thinking the first to this ball is most likely my teammate right here, right? And so given that information, I'm thinking this ball is probably going to move forward because there's no challengers. This guy's on the wrong side of the ball, and my teammate looks like he's driving at it full boost. So what I would start to do here is I would start to turn this way. And the reason I'm positioning more aggressively is because I think based on the information on my screen, the ball's going to move forward before it moves back. And I may be wrong, I may be right. This is diamond. It moves back and ends up moving forward there. And we're sitting in net here, which is fine. Not the end of the world. But in this position, after I clock that whiff, I would be moving much more in this direction. And then if you need to, you turn back. But you're certainly not being scored on immediately.
Yeah.